Hello everybody, this is going to be a special episode where it's going to have voiceover instead of the original audio because unfortunately at the time of recording my microphone was muted and I was completely unaware of this fact. So I'm going to treat it kind of a behind the scenes improv sort of thing, and I hope it suffices, and we will see you in the next episode with full audio. Alright, let's Resident Evil this door. We're going through. Oh my god. It's already so different. Look at all the textures and materials. They've been changed. Like me. I'm changed. I was fine and normal until that day at the grocery store. When I walked in and I saw her. The old lady, she was sweeping the floor. I walked up to the old lady and I said, "Ma'am, where are the eggs?" She looked up, oh crap, there's a big green scary guy coming. She looked up at me with her broom and she said, "Sonny, our eggs are where they've always been. Where they're always going to be. And I don't know why you're asking me." I said, "Ma'am, you're being kind of a bitch." To which she responded, "They're over there in the refrigerator." Oh, look, this room's green. Green to signify the salad boy that's coming after us. Ooh, and now we're in the Lost in Vivo section of the game. If you need any more proof that Akira made this... Akira, I always say that. His name's just... Their name is just Kira. But yeah, no, if you needed more proof that Kira made this game, look no further. This whole section reminded me of Lost in Vivo. Just like usual, most of these doors won't open. All the doors happen to be broken in this mansion, not sure why. Kinda looks like an insane asylum, too. The darkness is slowly consuming us now. I don't think our rituals will appease it much longer. How are we supposed to know this would happen? That's what I asked myself back then, and I wrote it down on a piece of paper. A little bit further on here, we went into this room where they had what I can only call a skin cape sitting on the wall. If you look at it, like I could read it there for a second, but it was this note. This says, "It's not really our fault. We just did what Mother has told us to do in this short amount of time." Sort of situation. Can't read. So obviously we got a bunch of people who were in some kind of cult who worshipped Mother. And Mother sounds like she's pissed. Mother is not pleased with us, but how were we supposed to know the girl wasn't pure? That's true. We didn't know if she was a virgin. We weren't gonna check her hymen. We just had to kinda guess, go by what she said. And she was kinda ugly, so I mean, I could see her being a virgin. But then again, you know, if you're kinda ugly, man or female, or non-binary, I mean, if you're kinda ugly, you just get with someone else that's not kinda ugly, it's probably pretty easy to get laid, actually, now that I think about it. So maybe we shouldn't have believed her whenever she said she was pure. Didn't really make a lot of sense now that I'm thinking about it. No wonder Mom was pissed. Oh, this is the flashbang section of the game. Yeah, this is that part where Kira said that they wanted to make it feel like you were playing CSGO. And here's the chat logs for CSGO. Kinda looks like a dick, doesn't it? Or like a demon sperm, something like that. Anyway, whenever we got out of the ovaries, we tried to go through that door and it was broken. So I did a little bit of looking around for my soul, and lo and behold, in the next room I found it. And yep, there it was, my soul, coming out to get me. You know, the thing is about my soul is it's a lot taller and skinnier than I am. Kind of a shame, really. Oh, and it does more than half my health, so if it hits me twice, I die. Which, I mean, to be fair, your soul would be powerful. I mean, look at Dragon Ball Z. Everyone gives their soul to Goku and make a big old spirit bomb. Oh yeah, this part was crazy. Look, she's changing the materials on the wall, and then the materials transform is changing, causing them to move around. It actually made it quite discombobulating, because if you look around, a lot of these are just short little hallways, but the ones you have to navigate a little bit, when the textures start moving around like that, see, it gets really hard to see where you're going. Making our way forward here, we're on room 223. At this point, I was wondering to myself, I was like, why is Mom chasing me? Well, that's what I call my soul. Don't worry about it. It has nothing to do with Oedipus. If you don't know what Oedipus is, don't look it up. It has nothing to do with that. And anyway, I was thinking, why is it chasing me? And then I thought about it, and I think it's my art career. You know, I think it's a metaphor for my art career. It's like, here I am trying to do YouTube and all these things, and I don't really get that many views. No one really appreciates the amount of work that I put into them. And that was the evilness of my soul chasing me down. Also, look at me down there. I'm not even commenting right now. I'm like, man, I'm gonna cut this part of the video out because it's just another one of those big, long, squiggly lines. So why would I put it in the video? And then I paused it because I'm like, hell, this ain't gonna be in the video anyway. But then I unpaused it. So what was I saying? Yeah, my spirit, yeah. So, yeah, it gets real difficult sometimes, you know? You put all this work into your art and no one gives a shit. But, I forget where I was going with this. So, yeah, room 230. It's just kind of a long hallway here. Yep, there was the water softener, I know, because I was a custodian at this mansion for a while. They had all kinds of water softeners and pillars in weird locations. My question was, why did they need so many water softeners? Oh, look, I paused it again. Oh yeah, this is the part where I go and I'm like, I'm gonna go turn off motion blur, because every time I edit, I see the motion blur, and I'm like, I want to turn that off. But watch this shit. You ready? You ready for this? Look, it's still on. I'm like, what the hell? I'm just trying to play Spooky Jumpscare Mansion with the motion blur off, and look, it turned itself back on. So I turn it back off again. I get out and I'm like, wait, is it still off? Okay, it says it's still off, and then I move it's still on! See, this is the kind of stuff you don't get unless I have to do a voiceover. This is the real stuff behind the scenes. See, there's me trying to explain to the good audience and getting scared by a ghosty there that the motion blur is staying on. So now I'm walking through this hallway and I'm like, man, it's really long. And the longer the hallway, for some reason, am I the only one that noticed it's scarier? The longer the hallway, the more scary it gets. Oh, and here we go. Here's Big Long Boy again. I think in one of these hallways, he catches up to me and I'm like, what the hell? How the hell is he supposed to not catch me here? Yeah, it's coming up. Here we go. Oh, was this? No, it wasn't this one. Wait for it. Watch, you'll know I got hit because the screen will turn red to indicate that I have taken damage. Oh, well, he's following, right? Maybe that was my bad. See, I slowed down there. Oh, he's close. Did you see that scary face that I made right there? That was funny. Yeah, that's why I watch these horror games. You never know what kind of scares and fears people are gonna get. Of course, now that I think about it, I'm the one playing now, which kind of sucks because it's me making the faces and getting scared. Also, a game doesn't need to have amazing graphics and a good story to be good. Oh, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and let Spooky talk now.
So, you made it this far. That's great. I shall grant you a gift for your progress. So just keep going.
So now I was gonna go over there and open up the gift. I went over here, I teared it open, and then I ripped it open and said, look behind you. Look at my face. Wow, you couldn't actually tell by looking at me, but I was terrified right there. All my friends popping out like that. Shit was scary. Yeah, coming up here is one of the scariest parts of the game so far. I'm not gonna lie, it hit my trauma in a way that made it really difficult to play anymore. I actually was only able to record one section of the video because of this part. It's not so much that it was like a mechanical thing, it was more of exactly how the scare was executed. Oh, this part was fun. Look at the map. Look at that damn map. But that's why I like Spooky as a character. Who else would give you a nice convenient map like this? Nobody. Spooky would, though. Now, here we go. I'm actually just gonna be quiet. And talk a little bit quieter, so you gotta make sure you turn up your speakers. So, in this part, you try to go through the door, but you can't. So the game just keeps on looping. It loops and loops and loops. And you're like, what the hell? Eventually you read the note and you're like, there was a surprise that there would be another entry. Another actual entry. One I could admire. But then as suddenly as it came, it left. And now you disband. Your influence and inspiration will never leave me. And you try to open the door again, but you can't. It's still locked. So you run around the corner and that thing runs at you and screams. If you look at me, I'm trying to play it off like, oh no, it was just another scream. But in reality, I'm dying on the inside. That triggered some PTSD shit. I'm not even kidding. Look how long I'm sitting there like, man, I gotta recover myself so I can keep playing. Didn't think this video was gonna get real, did ya? Well, here you go. There's me, still just trying to recover. Alright, I got my bearings together and said, alright, let's give it another shot. Read the little note there again, tried to open it, still not locked. Now I'm just thinking to myself, is it gonna do the jump scare again? The scream, run at me jump scare. As you can see, my face is tensing up as I anticipate the awfulness that is to come. I can't handle it right now. Everything I do is hoping that I get to floor 300. That's the only thing my heart desired at this moment. To be honest, the spider, after that, wasn't that scary. However, I looked at this hallway and I said, this is a perfect hallway for that asshole to do it again. But luckily, he did not. And then this happened. I was really curious why I was hearing that music, and then she hit me, and it freaked me out. So now I already got a little bit of, like, exhaustion from the last guy. Stuntman pops out, and I'm being chased by the dead girl again. I really wish this video had audio, and I'm kind of sad that it doesn't, but this voiceover does make it fun to actually explain to you just how ripped apart I am on the inside right now. It was a hell of an episode to record, I gotta tell ya. You'll notice almost every time I open a door, I look at the top right. Watch, it'll look like the top left on the webcam. Yep, there it was right there. Wait for it. Yep, and the reason I'm doing this is that's how bad I was wanting to hit room 300 and stop recording. Because I had been emotionally drained. There it was again. I was just done. Look, I had to take a break. I'm like, I'm gonna drink some water. So even in a fun horror game like this, one that's not meant to be super creepy, I still was getting absolutely destroyed on the inside. So while I've improved a lot, because if you remember back in Lost in Vivo, I couldn't even control my language. I was so scared, freaking out as much as I possibly could. But I just couldn't handle it. However, I've gotten better. I can kind of pull myself out of the game and realize that I don't have to be freaking out completely. But moments like that trigger that PTSD and really get me in that state of awful, it just amplifies all the scares and everything going forward, and it exhausts me. So yeah, this is a weird kind of episode, I know, and I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I did not record the audio of my microphone, and I hope that this is a good substitute. It's a little bit of the behind the scenes of what's going on right now. Dude, this guy was like impossible. No matter how I did this, he would hit me. Like I would try to do like speed run angles, like, you know, basically do 90-degree cuts around turns and go straight for corners to literally save frames. And that dude would still catch me and hit me. Now, luckily I had enough health to take the hits, so it might be designed in a way that he does hit you to increase the fear factor. But yeah, there was no getting away from him. And here I am, you can see me smiling and like getting like almost like a sigh of relief because I know that I'm getting really close to 300. You'll note that I'm sprinting non-stop because I'm just like, I've got to get this video out. I've got to get it done. I'm dying. Which this was already a little bit longer than normal of a video because I said I need to do 100 floors because 50 floors would only be about 10 minutes. So I figured I'd rather go to about 20 minutes than 10. And look at this. Look at this dude. Did you see that breath I just took? And then like I'm looking at the cat and like I'm just done. I don't even do anything fun. I'm just like, I'm done. Screw this. And I'm signing out. I'm like, nope, we're done.